This is Replay Home and Closet, and we are here to talk about what sold in June for my store. The first thing I want to talk about is the Beyblades, which was really out of my comfort zone and not sure that I would purchase that again. It was on there for a very long time. Originally, I had this listed over $200. And I went down. I had some crazy, really lowball offers, like $9. But I'm new to the game, so I held on. I ended up selling for a best offer of $30, I believe. But I had this posted in February. It was taking up too much space, and so I was ready to get rid of it. This particular purchase was crazy. It took forever to get to the destination. I shipped it really quick, like within the next day or two. The buyer asked me what's going on with shipping. I haven't received this. This has been, 2 or 3 weeks, blah, blah, blah. So they had the tracking number too, but I did some investigation and I communicated back and forth. And turns out the World Cup soccer tournament was supposedly causing a delay in shipping, which is what the message was on the United States Postal Service website. So I just let the buyer know what was happening, and they were frustrated, but eventually I kept checking back every day the tracking number and was interacting with them to let them know, hey, I did my part. I mailed this quickly. It was the United States Postal Service and whatever hiccups they had, but they were understanding. They got their package, and I'm assuming all is well now. This is a chip wheel plus foam roller pack for muscle therapy relief. I looked at this to purchase because I could make at least $20 or more profit, and it worked out pretty well. I've got the whole set for $9.99 at the Goodwill. Sold for best offer, which I think it was around $25, but I was ready to get rid of it. It's bulky. It wasn't terrible to ship. I probably would not purchase this again. This was one of my earlier purchases when I first started reselling back in January. So it was good experience. I know now that I probably will not purchase these again. My goal is to try to thrift things that are going to get me $30 or more. That's the goal. I do have some wiggle room on that. If something goes for 20 or more and I think it's a really fast sell-through rate, it doesn't sit on my shelves long, I will go ahead and grab that, as I do have a flea market as well, and I sell on Facebook Marketplace. But that is my goal. So this did sell. Thank goodness it was shipped. No problems. All is well. The next item I am not even going to try to pronounce. It's a Japanese teapot. It's very delicate and fragile. This particular item was posted on the end of March 29th, and so it sold in June. So it did take a little while to sell. I picked this one up because I had sold my first. I think I've sold 2 or 3 of these, and that they're selling. They sit and sell. They're lightweight. They're not too terrible hard to ship. It's a small package, and it was a very good resale return on investment. Sorry. I think I picked this up for $4.99 at the Goodwill, and you can see I have a very good profit margin there of $41.65. I probably lowered that. Maybe I'm trying to think if I lowered that price eventually after sitting for 30 or more days. I'm still new at this. I'm still experimenting, but it's sold. I will pick these up again. These do sell. It says Marks Japan on the bottom, and I will pick these up again. This is the brand Mix It. It's a brown braided chunky buckle belt, and I lost money on it. I think I made $3. I only paid $3, so I got that back, and whatever, I listed it for $25. It was one of the first things I listed, so it's been there for a while. I will not pick this up again. I ended up selling it for a best offer for $12. I was just tired of it being in my inventory, and I wanted to get rid of it. This is another purchase I made early on, January, February. I thought Nikes were still pretty cool. I will probably not pick these up again. I think I got them for maybe, I don't know, $4 to $6. I took a best offer of $8 and just got them out of inventory. My Pioneer Woman is hit or miss. This was an amazing deal. I picked these up for $5 at a yard sale. Sold them for $45. They were a pain to pack and ship. I got good reviews on the shipping, but she did say there was a tiny chip on one of the cups. I will pick this up again, and I'll just deal with packing it. Interesting thing about this one is I let it sit in my death pile for a while before I posted it, and it actually sold relatively quickly. I'm trying to see if I can see the date. I think I cut it off, but this was a good one. I would sell this one again. Okay, this Seaside Bud Dotson mug was super cute. Picked it up for $2.99. Oh gosh, I think it was $2.99. It's possibly it could have been 99. They range, our coffee mugs range crazy at our Goodwill. So I picked it up. It's took a couple of months to sell, made a pretty decent profit, even though it's small dollar amount. I like coffee mugs. They're pretty easy to ship. I'm not sure that I would pick them up anymore, as my goal is to try to make $30 or more. Might be something that ends up in my flea market though. These are Tibby, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, white barrel jeans new with tags. It's a small size, size 29. They sold super quick within a few days. I am ashamed to say these were also in my death pile. They're something my daughter gave me when she worked at a high-end boutique. Anyway, great profit on those. They sold so quickly that I'm afraid I did not price them high enough, but it's okay. I made a profit of $55 because I didn't spend anything on them. So that works. So I would definitely pick up this brand or this style. This barrel style seems to go really good. Even though it was a smaller size, it did not take long at all to sell. I was very pleased. Here is another um, item that I sold that was way out of my knowledge. Anyway, these are the Mars. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. Avanti Quattro diving heel fins. These, when I looked these up at the Goodwill, they were selling for $100 or more. These were used, obviously, but they were in really good condition. I started at $125 and I took a deal for $90 and I paid $24 for them at a Goodwill. And they sold relatively fast, and I think relatively fast is within a few weeks. So that was a very good profit, and I will definitely pick those up again. Not every brand of fins will I pick up, but those in particular ones I would definitely pick up. This Vera Bradley Summer Cottage Floral Colorful laptop case I will not pick up again. In fact, I probably won't ever pick up any Vera Bradley. I'm sitting on a lot of it. It's just not selling for me. I had it at $15.20. It finally sold after over 100 days. These are 726 Flare size 18 women Levi's medium stretch, and they ended up selling for $15. I had them on for a while. I'm not sure why they're taking so long to sell, but they did. I don't know if I'll pick them up again. There wasn't a huge profit for me. Jeans typically at our Goodwill go for $6.99 and up, so I don't know that I'll be picking them up again. Okay, here's a summary of what sold, what the shipping was, what eBay collected. Um, so here's everything I sold and the sales tax if that particular state collected sales tax. I do not pay pay shipping, so that shipping came from the buyer. I did make one mistake this last month on shipping where for some reason I said I would pay the shipping and I ended up lowering the price and forgot I said I'd pay shipping, so I kind of screwed myself on that one, but that'll be for another video. Good luck out there thrifting and finding those deals. See you next time.